if you were to be elected into the Senate, what do you feel like your style would be like when it comes to legislation? Do you feel like you would be willing to work across the aisle, reach bipartisan consensus? Because some people, might say, I'm not willing to work on legislation unless both sides can support it. Or some might say, I only want to work with Democrats. So do you feel like you would be willing to reach across the aisle to accomplish some of these priorities that you're talking about?
Well, I've been an executive, and as an executive, we've been solutions oriented. I am a solutions oriented leader. I believe in delivering things to my constituents. And to do that, you have to be both collaborative and you have to be willing to listen. And so that's the style that I have employed. It's meant that I've gotten the support of so many of my colleagues across the state. That's what's caused the governor to support me, to cause Congressman Hoyer and Senator Van Hollen and Congressmen Ivey and Mfume, and so many of the other leaders across the state with whom I've had a chance to work over the years. Means that, we've gotten things done, and I will do the same as a U.S. Senator, to be willing to work across the aisle, to be able to really work hard, even in our delegation, but really working with others and listening is very important.
We are almost exactly a year away from Election Day, but we do have a primary coming up. So talk to me a little bit about your campaign itself. Like, how viable is it financially? And do you think you'll be able to out fundraise your competitor, Rep. David Trone, who has put $10 million of his own money into this race?
This is absolutely a viable campaign. It's really growing at a really beautiful pace. We have tremendous support, the support of over 100 elected officials from Maryland. And we also have very strong grassroots support all across the state. The fundraising that we have done so far has been historic in nature. And part of that has been that we've had contribution from all 24 jurisdictions across the state. So we are absolutely going to have the resources that we need to compete and to message. It is not my intention to be able to match dollar for dollar the funds that a self-funded billionaire can put into his campaign. That's not the point. I think that what's most important is to earn the grassroots support of the people who I must represent and will represent. So we're focused on people, growing the support among people, which at the end of it is most important. But we will also have the resources. And I have to say this, it is important to have people in office who live like and think like the people they represent. The vast majority of people that we represent are people whose lives I understand, who I've lived with, and whose kitchen table issues I understand. And being able to write yourself a $50 million check for a campaign, people want to see more people who live like and think like they do.